In the heart of a tranquil village cradled by emerald hills and meandering streams lived a young man named Rim. At 20 years old, he carried the weight of loss like an invisible cloak. His home was a humble wooden cottage with a thatched roof, where sunlight filtered through vine-covered windows, casting warm patterns on the earthen floor. Wildflowers bloomed freely around the house, their scents mingling with the fresh earthy air that whispered of simpler times. Rim hadn't always known this quiet life. Once he thrived in the vibrant chaos of the city, surrounded by the hum of traffic, towering buildings, and the loving embrace of his parents. He was immature then, impulsive, carefree, chasing fleeting adventures with friends and dreaming of a future filled with endless possibilities. College days were a blur of laughter and late nights, until one fateful evening shattered everything. A car accident on a rain-slicked road claimed his mother and father, leaving Rim adrift in a sea of grief. The boy who once overflowed with emotion became a hollow shell, his heart sealed off from the world. He dropped out of college, unable to bear the reminders of his old life, and retreated to the village to live with his grandfather. Now, Rim moved through his days like a shadow, silent, methodical, minding his own business. He helped his grandfather with housework, chopping wood for the fire, tending the small garden behind the house, and cooking simple meals of rice, fresh vegetables, and herbs from the land. His grandfather, a kind and philosophical man with a mane of white hair and eyes that sparkled with accumulated wisdom, had authored several books on life's deeper meanings. He watched Rim with quiet sorrow, knowing the young man was good-hearted, mature, and well-mannered, but empty inside. "Life is a river, my boy," grandfather would say, his voice soft as the evening breeze. "It flows, bends, and sometimes floods, but it always finds its way to the sea." To coax Rim from his isolation, grandfather shared stories from his own life, especially tales of love. Seated by the crackling hearth as twilight painted the sky, he'd recount how he met grandmother, a spirited woman from a nearby village with laughter like birdsong. "It began with a chance meeting at the market," he'd say, his eyes distant with memory. "She asked for directions, and we talked for hours about dreams and stars. We fell in love through stolen glances and shared secrets, until one day under the old oak tree, I asked her to marry me." Rim listened politely, nodding without response, his face a mask of indifference. He had never liked any girl in his life. Emotions felt like distant echoes, too painful to revive. Rim's only companion was Justin, a friend his age who lived down the path. Justin was the sun to Rim's moon, outgoing, quick-witted, always dragging him into light-hearted escapades. Justin would tease, but Rim's replies were brief, his silence a comfortable barrier. One crisp morning, as the sun rose in a blaze of gold and pink, painting the village in ethereal light, Rim set out for the farming fields. The air was fresh, laced with the scent of dew and blooming jasmine. Birds chirped a symphony overhead, and the world felt alive in a way that almost pierced his numbness. As he approached the carrot patches his grandfather had meticulously planted, he spotted a group of people huddled among the rows, young men and women in khaki uniforms, notebooks in hand, examining the soil and crops with focused intent. Justin, who had joined him along the way, nudged him excitedly. "Look at that!" They approached, and the group turned toward them, curiosity flickering in their eyes. Rim cleared his throat, his voice polite but flat.
What is happening here?
All gazes shifted to a senior teacher standing at the edge, a middle-aged man with glasses and a clipboard. "Hello," the teacher replied warmly. "We're conducting practical research on crops, checking soil quality, growth patterns, and farming methods." Justin grinned. "Oh, I see. Actually, this is my friend's land. His name is Rim. That's why we came, to know what's going on. Nice to meet all of you." The teacher smiled.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, so this is your land? Did you plant these crops and carrots, Rim? Justin jumped in confidently. Yes, he planted these crops. The teacher nodded approvingly. You've done well. It's perfectly farmed. Who taught you these techniques? My grandfather, Rim said quietly. I'm impressed, the teacher continued. I'd love to meet him if time allows.
"Sure. Why not?" Rim replied. Justin clapped him on the back.
Okay, guys, we have to go now.
As they turned to leave, a voice rose from the midst of the students, clear, melodic, and laced with playfulness.
Can I eat one carrot, Mr. Rim?